happy Tuesday. I'm here with another episode of Here I Am. And here I am, and people don't really know me. So, and I'm sorry if I sound under the weather. It's full-blown allergy season here in Georgia, and I'm just somebody that has a for real, like, be about to die pollen allergy. I think I've probably blown my nose 28 times today, and it's only 12:31, and I still have a lot of snot left, and it's gross. But anyway, as far as the topic for today, the reason why I said that is because there's people in my life who've known me for a very, very, very long time, and they just don't know much about me. And I've realized sometimes with me, how do I say it? I'll say it the way Ty Tribbett said it. So Ty Tribbett did this sermon one time at, I think it's called Ascend. I think that was the name of the series. And what the heck is going on out here? These people doing U-turns in the middle of the street. Sorry, y'all. But in the sermon, he was saying, with creative, sometimes communication is hard because it's like we go off of vibes. Like, you're not feeling my vibe. Like I might not say what I want directly, but sometimes we just expect people to know just because, we communicate in other ways. Sometimes with words, it's hard. And that is sometimes the case with me. I don't think anyone has ever really been like, well, what's your favorite color? What's this? What's that? I've never really had nobody do that. I don't really want anybody to do that. So a lot of times when people find out stuff about me, it's just in random conversations. But and the reason why it came up is because when, people, they don't know. And then I met, so there's this one person at my church. Hey, Denise. Yeah, because that's my girl. I love her. She's like my mom, and I absolutely love her. But I was talking to her about something that happened, and she was like, so this person didn't know that you're not, that you're just kind of in a daze sometimes. You're not there looking at people. You're just in a daze. And I was like, I've never had to tell her that. But there's people in my life who should know that, but don't. And I can't get mad at them because they don't, because I never told them that. So sometimes, it's not always that the person didn't know. Sometimes it's that you didn't communicate it. And you get upset because they didn't know, but did you tell them? Did you say, hey, sometimes this is what happens to me? Because otherwise it's going to be a lot of confusion, and we just don't want that, because God is not the author of confusion at all. When I really thought about it, I was like, that's crazy, because we really be sometimes people think that because you've known them for however many years that automatically means they know you. No, they don't always know you, even if they've known you. There's people in my life that have been in my life. I'm 32. They've been in my life since I was 9 or 10 years old. Hell, even my parents. There's some things about me my parents just don't know about me. And my parents have known me since I was born. Right? And there's just some things they don't know. There's some things about my sister they don't know. And I just, I can't get upset with them about that because they don't know. I didn't tell them. How are they supposed to know if I don't tell them? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Because we really be out here if they know me for real, then they'll know. I ain't got what's understood ain't got to be said. We be real quick to say that, but somebody's love for you may not be dependent on what they know about you. Their love for you may just be who you are, how you show up to be for them. There's some people. I have an uncle. He is one of the strangest people I've ever met in my life. I love him dearly, but he's just, he's not a very sociable person. He don't like to be around a lot of people. He don't, even when it's his family, he don't really like to be around them like that. He don't want to be bothered. But with his wife, he's a completely different person. The being of the person that you love sometimes can bring out a different side of you, and they love that part of you, but they don't know the rest of it. Like, they don't know, and what they do know is based on what you told them, not the whole story. But sometimes we like to make people villains in our story. We don't know really we're the villain, or we could be the villain. And I really sit with that a lot. Like, wow, I really be out here expecting people to know things that I haven't even said out my mouth sometimes, and I get upset because they don't know. Because if they've been in my life for this many times, then you should know. It's not always true. It's not always true. Don't always work like that. Is my window down? But yeah, y'all, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's insane. And then there's some people who can just feel you too. They feel, they can sense you. Like, I kid you not, I made a post yesterday around 12:30 on my Instagram about how sometimes I question my purpose and I don't know if I'm really doing the right thing and blah 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 blah. This is something that I haven't really said out loud like that. Like, I don't. It's an ambulance. What's going on? But there's certain things that I haven't necessarily said out loud, and I don't really want to say them out loud at the moment because I don't want to give my energy to that. But there are some days where it's like I question so much, even though I know what I'm supposed to be doing. But ooh-wee. I question things because it doesn't go the way that I want it to, or it doesn't look the way that I thought it would. Like, I thought that, starting the business would mean that I would hit 6 figures quickly, right? That I would, I wouldn't have to be on this job no more. I wouldn't have to do this. Like, that's not what it looks like for everybody. Sorry, y'all. I know that's disgusting. I know that's not what it looks like for everybody. But for me, that's what I thought it was going to look like, because I knew what God has already spoken over my life. I'm sorry, yo, that was disgusting. But I understood. I'm like, okay, well, if you told me that I'm going to make this amount of money, then that means when I start this business that you told me to start, this is what's going to be the result. And that wasn't it. And so I get upset and I question things because while I'm struggling through certain parts of my life, it makes me wonder, am I doing the right thing? I'm sorry, y'all, that's disgusting. I hate doing that on camera. And I can feel like the start trying to build it back up. But, yeah, I'll question it. And so, my little lady, who has been in my life almost 10 years, is crazy. Almost 10 years is crazy work. Like, yeah. She got on her live in our Facebook group yesterday and was like, just speaking to that. And I hadn't even told her. And I'm like, God, how does she know that? He spoke to her regarding me. And I just, I'm thankful for people who are in my life that can feel where I'm when something's wrong. Like, I remember there's days with her, and if something was just a little bit off, she would need to call me. I said, okay, I'm gonna call you. And I would just boo-hoo cry. I'm like, how does she know? Because I felt like even with people who've been in my life my whole life, they didn't see me the way that she saw me. And I'm grateful, for people like that, because not everybody's gonna be down like 4 flats on the Cadillac like that. Like that don't happen like that all the time. Y'all almost pulled out in front of this bus. Y'all pray for me. But yeah, I'm grateful for people who really, really are part of my life. Like, it's not like I just see them a couple days out the week, or once a week, and that's it. No, I talk to these people on a regular basis, and that's what I needed to do. I needed to start building up my community, because I would get upset when who I thought was my community actually was not. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, y'all, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye. I'm at Popeyes, and real big back.